What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in.
The first thing I want to say is just, it was great to see, Kawhi Leonard out there. It was great to see Kawhi Leonard actually get his feet wet again, get out there. I was excited. Granted the fact, he scored 11 points, but it's preseason. He only played like 15, 16 minutes in the game, along with PG, who scored 12 points, so they were pretty much identical. But both of them being out there really was exciting to see because I feel like I haven't seen them in so long. It's been like, almost, for Kawhi, it's been almost a year, seemed like. Since he's been out there, and just to see him out there and having fun with the guys and looking like to me he looked comfortable. I know he didn't play the best of Kawhi Leonard that we've seen, but he still looked comfortable to me. And being comfortable out there and having fun and being able to move again, get a little bit of your rhythm, get your feet wet again, get your spirit back on the court. it all really gelled for, Kawhi Leonard in that way. And Clippers did get the victory over Portland, which is good. Getting a victory, whether it's preseason, regular season, postseason, victories are always good because you can always build on top of those. You can build on top of losses too, but, victories, it's easier when you win, going through the week of practice and going through the motions and trying to figure out, certain things and looking at the tape and everything of, the last game and looking at the mistakes and everything that was made for things that you should improve on going forward. It makes it a lot easier for you, if you win, because it just allows your mind to be free and just kind of like move on and keep, trying to progress. And that's the only thing I really want the Clippers to do is really to just understand what the moment is, play free and progress. And that same thing I want for Kawhi Leonard. And, watching him last night, move on the court, his movements were good. He cut to the basket on one play where, Reggie Jackson had found him, Reggie Jackson drove to the basket and he got double teamed like near the rim. So he had basically found a cutting Kawhi Leonard to the basket, and it was a sweet layup that Kawhi Leonard did, just cutting to the basket. It's the little things like that tells you that a player is, mentally just ready to, put everything behind him and go out there and be the best version of himself that he can be. And I'm glad to see that. And I know Clippers fans are happy to see it. More so than Clippers fans, I know Steve Ballmer, the owner, was happy to see it. He's just very exciting guy, very uplifted, high energy guy who just shows his passion on the court when he's sitting on the sideline, rooting for his team, and you have to respect that whether you're a Clippers fan or not. The owner is, as much money as he has, he could be one of those owners in the box up there, the sky box up there, just looking at the game and enjoying it, having drinks and festivities. But he's down there with the team, rooting for them like a cheerleader. Only thing he doesn't have is pom-poms, but if he did, he'd be right with them, So you got to respect that from Steve Ballmer. Always a sight to see him out there being excited, watching his team play. And there's a lot of big expectations for the Clippers this year, and the expectations are only going to get bigger the more and more the Clippers win. And I think the Clippers are going to win a lot of games this year if they stay healthy. I just don't really see them not being, one of the top seeds in the West if they stay healthy. I do realize that, Kawhi is going to take off some games and load manage, and so should PG as well, because, really, damn what everybody says about load managing. If it results in a championship, it really doesn't matter because the job is well done. If you load manage and kept yourself right and put your all into the playoffs like every other player in the NBA should, it's a good thing if it turns out to a championship. I'm not saying every player should load manage, but I feel like every player should, save a little bit of, their game and a little bit of their energy, just a little bit for the playoffs, because you got to put it into another gear when you go into the playoffs. And to me, that's something that Kawhi Leonard understood years ago. And you can say he understood that due to being on the Spurs, being under Coach Popovich, because Popovich basically instilled that in his players. You do what you're supposed to do in the regular season, play the game the right way, exercise the fact of how we utilize our system pass the ball get it to the open man, find the best high percentage shot possible, and go with that. But also feed the superstar, who's actually the one who can carry the team. And that's basically how Popovich pretty much carried his system. And he allowed them to load manage all the time, whether it was Tim Duncan, Tony, whether it's Manu or, Kawhi Leonard. He used to let them, load manage at times, because it's all about winning a championship. It's not about the regular season stats and regular season anything. It's about championship or bust. And that's the way Kawhi Leonard is built, and that's the way Kawhi Leonard thinks, because that's how he was raised when he came in the NBA. So, he's thinking the right way. He's doing what he was taught, and it's worked out for him. He's won multiple championships. So I think, load managing a little bit this season. I don't think nobody really should say too much, especially coming off the injury that he had. But even still, I think that he's going to, progress a whole lot more as the season goes on. I believe this is, of course, just a little snippet of what he, can do and what he will, be for the team. And, he just gotta, take his time and, let the game come to him and just, play free. And I think that's what he did last night against the Trailblazers. And I was very, happy to see that. I feel like it's been like a year. Like I said, it's been a whole year plus since I seen, Kawhi, since I had a chance to get a smile on my face to watch him out there playing. So just to see Kawhi Leonard out there playing, just definitely put a smile on my face, watching him. And I definitely want to see a whole lot more, and I definitely can't wait to see a whole lot more, from him and from this team. And I really, hope that they put all their doubters to rest, because a lot of people have talked bad about this team over the last few years, and them not getting it done, winning a championship was definitely not something that Clippers fans wanted to see. But this could be the year that they uplift all that, all the doubters and the naysayers and the curses and the Clippers being the team in the basement and all these type of antics and things that are said about them. This is the year they really could clear up everything. And I really look at this team and say, wow, they could really actually make things a lot more difficult in the NBA for other teams than what even some others might think, because this team is fully loaded. But at the same time, if they're healthy with Kawhi and PG, they're a handful anyway with those two. So then you add Robert Covington and Norman Powell and John Wall, Nicholas Batum, Terrence Mann, Luke Kennard, Brandon Boston, Amir Coffey, Zubac. They are, Marcus Morris, they are fully loaded. Reggie Jackson, they are fully loaded in every single area that you could think of. I would like them to get a little bit better in the center position, but at the same time, as long as it holds up, well, that's all they can ask for. If it's, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, if it works out with Moses Brown and Zubac, well, hey, that's what they need to go for, and that's where the direction they need to go, and keep building on the season and take it game by game, along with Kawhi Leonard doing the same thing, and progress as the season goes on. Hey, this is my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.